Hi folks, a very warm welcome to you once again. My name is Nick, we're on the Commodore Amiga, and we're looking at Jetsons, the computer game published by Hi-Tec Software in 1992. I'm already a little bit worried about this because I've reviewed it on the ZX Spectrum and it was utterly hopeless. Also come out on the Commodore 64 and the Amstrad CPC. Let's hope for something better here. It's 8 levels interspersed with some driving ones. We control all 4 members of the Jetsons family from the TV cartoon from Hanna Barbera, which first aired in 1962 and ran for 75 episodes. So first of all, the first level you control George and he must escape the factory run by Mr. Spacely to get to the next bit. So there's George on the top left and we go through all of those characters, or at least 4 of them anyway. Back to work, Jetson. That's Mr. Spacely. In the level with Jane, we have to escape a booby-trapped home. Elroy has to escape his school, he's got locked in. And Judy, the daughter, she has to get a kiss from pop sensation Pop Heartthrob Jet Screamer. On the first game, the ZX Spectrum version we reviewed, I couldn't even get off the first level because I kept falling down annoying holes in the floor due to really dodgy collision detection. So here we go, it's George Jetson here. You need to collect dollar bills, I think, as well, and just escape. Good luck. Now, the level design looks very similar. Oh God, the level design looks very similar to the ZX Spectrum one, and already within about a collection of seconds, I've fallen down a hole. So I need to collect the money there. That's one of them collected anyway. Right, the game reviews will be about 10 minutes. Generally they are about that, or a little bit longer, but like the game, when the game's utterly terribly hopeless and I can't get anything out of it and I want to just do away myself or chuck myself in an erupting volcano, then sometimes they might be a little bit less. If you had this game back in the day, then let me know. If you got on with it, let me know as well. Of course there might be something fundamentally I'm doing wrong, loading it up in the first place probably, but I already it's already fallen down 2 holes. Music is generic, nothing like the original Jetsons theme music, which are really good, and the gameplay feels a little bit clunky as I slip on a bit of oil. Now the Jetsons TV show was by Hanna Barbera, as we say, and it was supposed to be the Flintstones in the future, a bit like Futurama is to the Simpsons. I don't think they're going to revisit this. There was a Flintstones movie, but there definitely won't be a Jetsons one. Just a bit where someone told me there was one, but I can't see it being very popular. I mean, the Jetsons theme music was the best bit of the show. The George Jetson, why aren't they using it in this? They're using something very bland, very plain, which isn't capturing the excitement or the general funniness of the show. But Flintstones was way, way better. Now, I'm wandering around like a nincompoop. I'm already hating the thing, I won't pretend that I'm not. If you got more out of it, then well done you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to see this stuff continue. It's not about seeing all the good games, but seeing the bad games, the mediocre ones as well. Unfortunately on the Commodore Amiga there's a lot of underpowered games where there's a lot of mediocre ones. There's a few really, really good ones, but there's so many mediocre ones I just can't fathom. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. The gameplay is not enjoyable, it's not rewarding to you, it doesn't capture the spark of the original show. I mean, it's frustrating for a kid to play, energy is ticking down there, but why would you want to play this? With so many other games available, why would you want to play this thing? I need to get the dollar bills, but I'm going to fall down these holes. I mean, the collision section is absolutely terrible. I probably couldn't get past them. I probably fall down. There we go. And where do we fall? It's the same thing every single time. I mean, those red bits on the wall look like measles. And, that's getting the measles is probably preferable to playing this. So 8 levels if you can get there. Most kids never would have got past level 1, I don't think. If you did, well done you. The driving ones, well, there are a hacked version of this available which you can skip to different levels. And that's the only way you're ever going to see the game. I mean, it's utterly drivel. It's hopeless. As you can tell, I don't like it. I do try to see the good things in games sometimes, but there's nothing good here at all. Too difficult, too bland, levels you'll never get to, doesn't capture the spark of the original show, and frustratingly annoying to play. Now, that's just me after a few minutes, you know. Some people might say, well, you're a newbie to it, you need to give it a few goes, but how can you like this? The only person that likes this is someone that's got no other games ever. I mean, you could just about get away with it as a cover tape, or a cover disc I should say, or maybe a compilation, you know, a few good games and the rubbish one just tagged on the end. But a game in its own right, then go away. There was definitely won't be playing this in the future. It wasn't good at the time, and it has aged even worse. I mean, I wouldn't mind a Futurama game now, but that wasn't around during the Commodore Amiga's span. If you want to see other Commodore Amiga games we reviewed, there's a few ones better than this, i.e. all of them. They're in a playlist. You can get there by clicking the link in the description, or you can click on my username, takes to the channel page, click on the playlist tab. Right, there's a chair going backward and forward for some reason. Turn that off. It looks like a scene from Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, if you're aware of that, with the amazing Frank Spencer, played by Michael Crawford. So this is what the future was supposed to be like. The year's 20-something or other, 2060-something? Anyway. The TV show The Jetsons first aired in 1962, run for 75 episodes, and I don't think they're going to go back and make any more. Well, they might do, but I think it's unlikely. Boo-doo, ba-boo-ba. Humour changes over the years. I'm not going to be able to get this to 10 minutes. I already don't want to play it. You've seen as much as the game as what I'm going to be able to show you. And the other stages from screenshots I've shown aren't too dissimilar. Jane trying to escape, George's wife trying to escape from a booby-trapped house. Elroy trying to track from a school. It's a variation on this theme. Look at the amount of holes there, sucked into there like nobody's business. Why would you bother? Yeah, and then there's driving ones that are quite, you know, uninspiring as well from what I've seen from screenshots too. But what a terrible, terrible, terrible game. You might disagree with me. You don't always have to agree with everything you see on a YouTube video, but try and make a case for this. You can't. Maybe it would have worked better as these graphics would have worked better as a click and point game, point and click game. That would have been good. An adventure where George has to solve something by clicking and pointing on things, a bit like Monkey Island or Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Do something like that, and it might work with this engine. But this engine as an actual game itself, not working. It is not working. The future isn't particularly bright in this instance. It's not a future I want to be part of. There's Astro the dog there in the top right, the one character you don't control. So you've got George, Jane, Judy and Elroy across the top. That is it. I can't be bothered anymore. I really can't. What a bad game. Glad I showed you it, but don't play it ever. Not even as a dare or a risk. So I hope you like looking at that. As you can tell, I hated playing the thing. That was Jetsons, the computer game on the Commodore Amiga, published by Hi-Tec Software in 1992. Goddamn awful. If you've got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then please put that in the comment section below. You're more than welcome. Until next time, let's get out of here. Take good care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.
How can you like this? The only person that likes this is someone that's got no other games ever. Do.